Year A Lesson 19, A Safe Path. Thursday's lesson is entitled Traveling On. Memory Verse Psalm chapter 27, verse 1. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Our Bible reference is found in Exodus chapter 15, verses 22 to 27. Moses knew the country through which the cloud was leading the Israelites. He had traveled that way when he fled from Pharaoh 40 years before, and he had recently returned to Egypt the same way. Even though walking all day in that wilderness wasn't fun, the Israelites were happy because of what happened at the Red Sea. Now, they were really free, but their joy changed to worry when after 3 days they had used all the water they had with them. Moses anxiously watched the cloud as it moved toward the place called Marah, where there were some springs, but he knew that the taste of the water from those springs was so bad no one could drink it. When Moses heard people shouting, "Water, water! There's water ahead!" he knew what their next words would be, and he was right. "It's bitter," they said as they spit it out. Then what did they do? Exodus chapter 15, verses 23 and 24. And when they came to Marah, they could not drink of the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. Therefore the name of it was called Marah. And the people murmured against Moses, saying, "What shall we drink?" God showed Moses a tree to cut down and throw into the water. Then another miracle happened. The water tasted good, and how thankful the people were. While they were at Marah, God gave them a wonderful promise. The Egyptians had the same kind of diseases that people get now when they eat too much sugar, fats, meat, and junk foods. But God promised the Israelites they wouldn't get any of those diseases if they obeyed His laws. Now, many people are learning that obeying the laws of health protects us from diseases too. Read the promise in verse 26. Exodus chapter 15, verse 26. And said, If thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and wilt do that which is right in his sight, and wilt give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord that healeth thee. God led the Israelites to another oasis with 12 wells of good water and 70 palm trees. So they camped there several days before starting across another desert toward Mount Sinai. But now their food supplies were getting low, and there were many people and animals to feed. Now, what would they do? Exodus chapter 16, verses 2 and 3. And the whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. And the children of Israel said unto them, Would to God we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pots, and when we did eat bread to the full. For ye have brought us forth into this wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger. Let's apply it. What do you think God will do for you if you always obey His health laws?